Alright, let's see how this goes. Receiving content. It's very weird to watch yourself on the computer. It's very weird to watch yourself on the computer. It's very weird to watch yourself on the computer. Okay, so I learned that it can hear my computer. So, we'll not do that. I have 2 people watching. Who are these 2 people? Alright, let's get started. Let's see what I want to start with. I'm going to look at this because this is... okay, so today I coded this Yahtzee dice roller. You hit the roll button, it rolls the dice. You can lock which ones you want. It tells you that's locked. You can hit roll again, it'll roll the rest of them. You can lock 2 more and roll again. And then if you can still unlock and lock these, but it doesn't do anything because if you hit roll, it's not going to roll because you have 0 rolls left. You can reset it. It'll reset that. You can't lock them until you've actually rolled them. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. So what I want to do is I want to make a... Eventually, I want it to be a Yahtzee game. But I want to make a separate program that is kind of like a scorecard, so you can keep track of what your score is. You can right now it's going to be typing it in manually because it's going to be a separate program. Type in your score manually into the different sections, and it will total everything up for you as you go. So why don't we look at a picture of a Yahtzee scorecard so we can get an idea of what we need to do. Alright, so this is what we need to do. Let's throw that there. And we can bring up paint on the other side so we can get an idea of what we're doing. We're going to have a window. beautifully drawn window. Let's see, so we're probably going to have... It's not going to have 6 games on it. It's just going to have 1. But I'm going to have an upper and a lower section. So have... Ooh, it's beautiful. Upper... Lower... Maybe like... This is awful. Have a grand total here. So what I can look, I don't think we're gonna need these how to score sections. Maybe we might. The only problem is that I'm using swing to make the interface, and I'm having trouble with layouts and getting things to be formatted how I want it to be. Because apparently everybody that uses Swing uses either NetBeans or Eclipse, which both have a UI to build your windows with, which IntelliJ does not. So we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, maybe we don't need that. So 20 text fields, and then a bunch of labels. All right, let's see what we can do. Go into IntelliJ. This is for the Yahtzee dice roller. Just make a new project. All right, this will be alrighty. We don't want this to be main. Refactor it to scorecard. See, this is why I shouldn't live stream. My microphone was off. Oh dear. Alright, JLabel. We'll call it title. JLabel title equals new JLabel Yahtzee. Let's see. Let's just try adding something to the frame. We're gonna make a JPanel. This one's gonna be called upper equals new JPanel. Actually, I want to see what that said. The layout manager is double buffered. The only problem is that it doesn't suggest layout managers for you. You have to know. Oh, we don't need one. We're going to say actually we're going to say f.set size to be probably 900, actually probably 400 by 900, and f.set default close operation to exit on close. F.set resizable to false or flassy. Why not? Oh gosh. F dot I don't remember. There was more to do. Resizable, layout, default close operation. I guess we just gotta set visible then. Alright, then we want to say upper.add. We want to add the title to the upper panel. Then we want to say f.add upper. We want to add the panel to the frame. And we run it. And it should say Yahtzee on it. There should be a big window that says Yahtzee. There we go. We have our scorecard. What do we want? We're gonna need. I'm gonna make an array of JText fields. What do we want these JText fields to do? Okay, so the first thing that pops out at me is to make labels for each of these, and then make text fields for each of these. So we'll just start with this upper section because it's simpler. We'll make a label for each one of these. We'll make a text field for each one of these, and we'll just add them, say label, text field, label, text field, label, text field. What I can do is I can make the array of text fields for this, and then make an array of labels for this, and then just have a for loop that adds, like this will be index 0, this will be index 0. So I can just say add label index 0, text field index 0, and it'll just add each one of these. So I feel like there should be a separate function that will just set up the scorecard. I mean, that is what this is doing, but like just to keep my code a little cleaner, just have a function that goes through and labels all of these things. That should be okay. So we'll do that. We'll say we'll say public void setup. And this will, so we have this array of text fields, and we'll have an array of labels. JLabel array equals new. Actually, what I could do is just add them right here. I could just say new JLabel. So for the top section, we're going to need we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we want a total score, bonus, and then total. So 9 of them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This can just say aces. This one will say twos. Threes. Fours. Fives. Sixes. Total. Upper total. Oh, we want these to be sixes, total score, or upper total, and then bonus. Bonus, and then total. Then we have an array of text fields called upper fields equals actually I could just do this, and in setup we can say well, upper fields equals new JText field. We want 9 of them. And then we want upper fields dot length. Upper fields index I equals new JText field with nothing in it. Oh wait, we do want a number of columns. We'll say they're 5. Your numbers shouldn't be more than 5 characters. If there is, you're playing some serious Yahtzee. I have 2 people watching. Every once in a while I get a third. I wish I could see who was watching. Well, oh well, let's see. So what we're doing is we are so far we're setting up each of the fields. We're setting up each of the fields in the array of fields to be a new field that is 5 columns wide. And then we can say upper fields dot length. Can we do it in the same for loop? We should be able to. We could say we can pass in a JFrame F. We can say F dot add upper labs index I, and then F dot add upper fields index I, which should have been initialized right there. So now if we run this, it's going to have the same thing because I forgot to call setup. See, we're adding title, then we're adding upper. All of these we want to be add to a new panel. We have a new J panel called sent. It equals a new J panel. See, that's where I went wrong. We want a J panel P. You want to say P.add. P.add. We're going to call so here we added added the title label to the upper panel, and we added the upper panel to that. I need to make f.set layout border layout, a new border layout. Then we can say f.add upper. So when we add upper, we also want to say border layout.north. And then we want to add, we want to call setup. And we're going to pass in sent. And then we're going to say f.add sent to the center. Border layout.center. Now if we do this, do we have any errors? No, we don't. So there we have something. We have a label. We have a label with a text field, label with a text field, label with a text field. One thing I do want to do is, I don't know, I just want to figure out how to get these. I need to figure out how to organize this panel. So I think we need to, before we call setup, we need to say sent.set layout. It's a layout manager. A flow layout? I feel like flow would be the right answer. Except we want a new flow layout. Let's try that. That is not what I want. What if I set this to be resizable? This is how I code. Well, that's more of what I want. What do you do? Move. Maybe a box layout? No, we don't want a box layout. What do we want? Everybody else makes this look so easy. What if we did a grid layout? What would that do? Well, that's kind of the opposite of what I wanted. I want to do that, but I want it to be vertical, not horizontal. See, this is what I used for my Yahtzee program, my dice program. I have all of these up in the north, these are in the center, this is in the south. They're three separate panes. They're the three separate panels all in one frame. but these two are set to be, well, actually they're all, I think, set to be flow layout because, or grid layout because I wanted them in a grid. Oh, this shouldn't be resizable. That's good to know. Alright, so this is not what I wanted. So we don't want a grid layout. What do we want? How about a group layout? A container host. I don't know what a container is. I'm literally the worst at programming. A card layout. Okay, this is only showing one item at a time. We don't want card layout. Scroll pane. I didn't like that. I didn't like that either. I don't know what a container is. Oh. Let's read about what a container is. It's a component that can contain other components. Let's try using a container. Just comment that out for a second. We're going to say container C equals new container. And down here, we're going to comment those out. And then here, after I call setup, I'm going to say c.add upper labs index 0 and c.add upper fields index 0. Actually, no, I'm not going to comment these out. Because I still want those to happen. I want to see how this container is added. That's adding the center. Here we want to add the container. F dot add C. Add it to the center. Let's see if that does something different. Maybe we need to add it to cent instead of the container. Or we need to add the container to the pane instead of the frame. This is setting up all this. Where did I put my phone? In my pocket. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, so this, we add the title to the upper pane, or the upper panel, and we add the upper panel to the north. This, we're setting up the center panel. So we're adding all this stuff to the center panel. And then I'm saying add a label and a field to the container. And then add the container to the center panel. And then we're adding the center panel to the center. And for some reason it's not adding the container. What if I say f dot add c? Let's see, what if we just say f dot add c? See, the container's empty. We're gonna set what c is. C should be a container. No, but it contains nothing. It's an invalid container. Why? That's weird. I don't know how to use containers. I don't like containers. Never mind about the container. Oh, I have no idea what I'm doing. Using layout managers. When you add components to a panel, you might prefer to use the group layout manager combined with a builder tool. I'm half tempted to just download NetBeans. You can set a container's orientation. Tips on choosing a layout manager. Box layout. Yes. This is exactly what I need. A spring layout is a natural choice for this. I'm going to set layout to a new spring layout. I don't know what pack does. Oh, forget about that. Alright, let's try spring layout then. Actually, no. This we don't want it to be spring layout. Center. Wait, got this here. A new spring layout. Look, it's perfect. Alright, so now what? What is JLabel.trailing? What is num pairs? Labels.length. Oh, number of pairs. Okay. Well, let's put this code over here. Still 2 people watching. Alright, we want to lay out the panel. We're going to say, I'm just going to put it into setup. I'm actually just going to copy this. The parent panel is P. Rows, columns, I'm assuming those are all defined. So Spring Utilities doesn't exist. Why on earth would you make something that nobody can use? Really? Oh, this code is so hard to read. want 2 columns. Will that work? Oh my lord, it worked. Those are way too big, but still, it worked. It's because it's filling up the whole area. That's fixable. If, I'm going to say if upper fields index I, actually we don't even need to say that. If I equals, see there is 9 of them, so we want 6, 7, or 8. If I equals 6, actually if I is greater than 6, yeah, if I is greater than 6, greater than 5, gosh, then we want to say upper fields index I dot set editable false. So that should gray out these bottom 3. It would if I know how to count, or if I know how to read. Greater than 5, please. There we go. Let's make the height a little smaller and the width a little smaller. That's better. I like that. It's resizable, but I don't want that. Alright, well, I think I'm going to have to add a button to a southern panel. I'm going to make a new JPanel. I'm so glad that I figured that out. Spring utilities. Why would they make this for their... But you can't actually use them. It's not part of Swing, and it's not part of AWT. That's dumb. Still have 2 people watching. We're going to call this bot equals new JPanel, and we're gonna make a new. We don't need this container. This container was useless. We're gonna make a J button equals new J button calc equals new J button I'm gonna say score total. The scorecard is going to implement action listener. And it's going to yell at me because I need to implement this method. All right. We're going to add bot.add what did I call that button? Calc. And then f.add bot border layout dot south. So this should add a button at the bottom. Except I forgot a semicolon. Score total. So what happens when I press this button, I want to take all of the numbers that we have here, add them all up. Well, actually, I have to parse them into integers. Add those all up. Change the text field here to say what the upper total is. If that upper total is greater than 63, I think it was 63. Yep, if it's greater than 63, well, if it's greater than or equal to 63, I want to set the bonus to 35, else 0. And then set the total equal to upper total plus bonus. That's what I want to do. So we're going to have, whenever the action is performed, we're going to make a for loop. We're going to make an array of integers. We're going to call them an int array called scores. Scores equals, actually we're going to have to say is equal to 6. No. Can we do that? I don't think so. We'll just manually put them in there. They're all equal to 0. We'll initialize them as 0. Scores.length. We're going to go through and for what did I call those text fields? Upper fields, index I. We're going to say scores index I equals integer dot parse int of upper fields index I dot get text. Oh, and we need another thing there. But what we're going to say first is if we want to make sure that upper fields index I dot get text dot is empty. If it is empty, else scores index I equals 0. I wonder if there's a way that you can add up. I can just do it with a for loop. So whenever we click the button, that's when this is called. We're going to set up an integer array called scores. We're going to loop through each. We're actually going to loop through each one of these. And for each one of these, we're going to say if that index field is not empty, because we have the exclamation point here, it's not empty, then we're going to take whatever it is, parse it into an integer, and put that into scores. We're going to get the text, change it into an integer, save it into scores index I. If it is empty, that'll call the else. Whoops. That'll call the else. And it'll just say set it equal to 0. After that, we're going to have another for loop. Probably don't even need to do that. What we probably could do is have a integer total, set that equal to 0, and then total plus equals scores index I. And then after that for loop, we can say upper fields index 6 is going, that's the dot set text string dot value of total. And then we say if total is greater than or equal to 63, we're going to say upper fields index 7 equals dot set text string that value of, how much was the bonus? 35. We could actually just set it equal to 35. Actually, we could just have a int bonus equals 35. Have it equal to string dot value of bonus. And then at the end, we want to say upper fields index 8, which should be the last one. Upper fields index 8, not a statement. Oh. Dot set text string dot value of total actually else we'll say else upper fields index 7 dot set text 0. we'll say string.value of total plus upper fields index 7 dot get text integer dot parse int and now this should work. So we'll set up this array. Oh, I lost somebody. Oh, set up this array of scores equal to 0. We'll have a total that's equal to 0 and a bonus that's equal to 35. For each of the indices in this array, it's going to loop through and check if the fields in that index are empty. If they're not, it's going to grab whatever it is, turn it into an integer, set it equal to scores. And then we're going to add that to total. If it's not, it's going to be 0. So it'll just add 0 to total. And then after that's all done, after it's looped through all of them, it's going to say set the total field into total. If the total is greater than 63, we're going to add the bonus. Otherwise, we're going to set to 0. And then we're going to add the grand total. So now if I run this, I get no errors. Sweet. We set score total. It does nothing. It's not very promising. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to add the action listener to the button. Anyway, now we can see what it's supposed to do. You're supposed to be able to type your scores into here. When you hit score total, it'll add them up, throw them here. If it's greater than 63, it'll add the 35, and then it'll add the complete total. So where did I add that button? Calc.set action listener. No, add action listener this. So now if I hit it, yay, it says 0. If let's use it in conjunction with my dice program. Alright, so we're gonna roll. I'll keep these ones, roll again, keep that one, roll again. Alright, we got 3. Reset, roll. Oh. I'll keep the 6s. Alright. 12. Well, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's not what I want, but oh well. I'll keep the 3s. Keep that 3. 12. Need 2s, 4s, and 5s. Go for 2s. Got a whopping 4. I need 5s. Keep that one. Alright. Got 20 there. Need 4s. 4, 4. That sucks. 8. Score total. We got 59. We didn't get the bonus, so our total is 59. If we did, say this was a 12, that was over 60. Actually, our upper total is exactly 63. So we got our bonus, and our total is 98. This is working. I could probably make these fields a little smaller. Or I could do the triple Yahtzee option, where I have 3 of them, have this one 1x, 2x, and 3x. I think I'll wait until I have I'm just thinking about how this would work. I've been coding for an hour and 15 minutes and I have a scorecard. Well, half of a scorecard. But I could easily add the bottom half. I need to make this not resizable. So let's go back to this. Set resizable to false. Actually, I don't think these columns did anything. No. We're going to call that single scores now. Double scores. Triple scores. What if we had 6 columns? And here we're adding actually I could just do this and say copy that twice and change this to double scores. And then triple scores. I don't even need this argument anymore because it's automatically setting the width of them. Double scores, triple scores, double scores, triple scores. Well, if there's one thing I learned is that I know how to live stream now. So I think I'm going to turn it off and just watch some shows while I code, because pretty much going to be doing the exact same thing, trying to get the double and triple, except when I generate the scores, I'm just going to tally them up different. We'll see how it goes. Alright.